Alright guys, so I wanted to show you some tips on this lattice work. If you guys are going to do a similar job like this, as you can see, around the edges I did all pressure treated wood, so the termites don't get to it. To me, I feel like it lasts longer, it's a little more sturdier. You do want to get it to where it's already dry. I have 5 Home Depots and 2 Lowe's in the areas that I work from one place to where I live. So I have multiple places I can go to. If one place is too wet, the wood is too wet, I'll go to another place. Same with materials. Some materials like this is a little dirty right here, but this is the trim that I used right here. This trim right here is this one right here, and that is it's a plastic PVC recycled. It's recycled. It's the same material they use for PVC pipes for sprinklers. So you can see there's a nail right there. This whole lattice right here, it's already made, and I screwed in 3 screws or 4 depending on how long it is inside of here, and then I put the trim up against it on both sides, and I did that all the way around. And then I put caulking inside of these holes right here to keep mud and dirt from sitting in there. So that's I definitely recommend that. And then what I wanted to show you was a couple tips on painting. A 3-inch brush works very well, and a 4-inch roller works perfect. So what you want to do is, this 4-inch brush is usually best for rolling over the 2x4s. So what I do, you can see I've already put the primer on there, and I basically just roll over it, and you want to push hard enough to where you can pretty much fill in those holes from the pressure treated wood. You don't want to put too much in there, because then you're going to end up with a bunch of drips. So basically go like this and like this, kind of fill that in a little bit. If you want to, you can, the primer that you put in there, you can put the primer in a little thicker than what I did, so you don't have to put, or you can use even a second coat of the paint if you want to. I'm only going to be putting 1 coat of paint on this, so now once you have that done, then you want to use your 3-inch brush, dab a little bit on the edges, and this 3-inch brush works perfect for getting right here. You just push down like this, and you just slide it down just like that, and you can see it's a perfect fit to go over the trim and get in these corners. Because if you use a 2-inch brush, it's going to be too small, and a 4-inch brush is way too big. I used a 4-inch brush to put the primer on, and it ends up, you know, it's not really ideal. So again, you don't want to put on too much, and every like 15 minutes, check up on the paint that you previously did to make sure there's no drips. So you can see quite a few drips here, which is okay, because you can see down here in the corner I also didn't get. So I use those extra drips just to wipe down and get all this corner. And there you go. Again, I would recommend, you know, maybe 2 coats. I have a primer. You can kind of see a little bit inside of it, but for the most part it looks really good. Now this lattice here, you can basically leave it or you can paint it. I'm going to be painting it, so I'm probably going to end up using a 2-inch brush because to prevent a lot of dripping. Because that's really that's more of a detailed brush as a 2-inch brush.